name is Marianne Ryan. I am the owner of Reading Monsters and I am an independent Usborne Books at Home organiser. I am sending you this video as you've requested more information about Usborne Books at Home, what the opportunity is, and the easiest thing I can think of for doing is sending you a video, and then if you have any questions you can send them to me and we'll see how we get on. So like I said, my name is Marianne. I have 2 children, which is why I have artwork around me. I have Jessica who's 10 and Edward who's 5, 6 next month actually. Both of them are at school. And I am married with a cat and some fish, and I live in Peterborough, and I have been an Usborne Books at Home organiser since February 2017, so yeah, just over 3 years now. My background is I work in communications. I used to do it full-time, I do it part-time, I've done it temporary. That's my background. I've always done Usborne whilst working at the same time, and I've also had a period where I took voluntary redundancy and just did Usborne full time whilst looking after my children as well. So I've experienced both sides of it, working and not working, so I know all about time management. The reason I got involved with Usborne is I love books. Quite simply, I love reading, and when I had children I wanted to share that love and that passion of books and reading with them. Take them on adventures inside book covers. My parents were both teachers and they installed that love of books inside of me, and it's just something that I wanted to share with my children as well. I've always dreamt of having my own bookshop. I don't know what I'd call it, but I can imagine it all cosy, books everywhere, maybe a cafe selling lovely coffee and homemade cakes, a bit of ice cream in the summer. So I've always had this little dream of mine of having a bookshop, and I met a lady called Nicola White at a mum-to-mum sale, I think it was, of pre-loved baby and children's clothes at Christmas just before 2016, and she was selling books, and I went over and had a look and I started chatting to her, and I think they say the rest is history. We became good friends. We're now very good friends. She lives around the corner from me. We've done some events together and she's my mentor. And she was the one that opened up really the Usborne Books at Home book to me, and she's the reason I joined and the reason why I got involved. So yeah, that's where I've come from, a chance meeting. But what really, I think, obviously I was attracted to the books. I love the Usborne books. I'm sitting here now and I'm surrounded by Usborne books because I grew up with them as a child. I remember my brother really hated chapter books, but he loved Lift the Flap fact books from Usborne. He loved the Usborne encyclopedias, and that's how he learnt to read, by reading those. My children, I've got one that absolutely loves pictures, Lift the Flap, questions, and the other one who's a bit more activity orientated, so loves the activity books, magic painting, jigsaws. We've got some new matching games as well. And what I love about Usborne is it's the great quality books, but really innovative as well. So really unique, original books that you might see copied on the high street, but you don't see many good high quality versions of them. They excite me. The books and the new titles that come out every month just make me smile so much. It's like having Christmas every month. So I was also attracted to Usborne being about flexible working. I could fit it in around my previous job, my other commitments and my family, and I could put in as much time or as little time as I needed to. Some days I'd do a couple of hours, some days I'd do absolutely nothing. I could go away on holiday, put it down. You know, I love the flexible working aspect of it, and I love that however much I worked would be what results I would get out of it. So it's hard, you know, if I didn't want to work too much, I might not get too many results out of it, and that was fine for me. I'm happy with that kind of flexible working. So I'm just looking at my list. So you're at the stage where you might have seen my advert, you might have met me at an event, I might have sent you a leaflet with your order, and you're thinking about joining Usborne Books at Home. But what's it all about? And that's what I'm going to try and help you out a bit more with. So the first thing you start with is your starter kit. It costs £48. I think it's about 15 books in the starter kit. It generally does change from season to season. So my starter kit 3.5 years ago will be different from what you get tomorrow, for example. But it's worth over £150. So for starters, you're already having a good profit if you're going to sell those books. So the books are either yours to sell and to promote to other people, to show people what they look like, or you can keep them for your own family as well. It's fabulous titles. There's new titles in there, old best-selling titles, a mixture of fiction, non-fiction, a mixture of all ages as well. There's summers, and that's not my narwhal, I want to say, because that's the latest one. No, that's not my book. There's magic painting, there's story books, there's an activity pad. There's all sorts in there that will just really reach out to a number of different people. So you get that. Your insight is worth £150, like I said. Beautiful books normally take 4 to 5 days to be delivered. Inside your box, you get used to your FedEx driver if you have one. You'll get used to him or her because he'll be delivering the box of books. And inside you've got the books, and you've also got a catalogue and the latest leaflets, order forms, and you'll have a leaflet all about how to start and information about how and what your business will entail. As well as that, you'll get one-to-one from your mentor. So if it's me that's sending you this video, then you'll get it from me, or you might get it from another member of my team. I can be there to help and support as you start your business, in the middle of the business, whenever you wish to end your business. That is my job as your mentor. You also get added to lots of lovely community groups on Facebook, and for Usborne Books at Home, it's a wonderful community to be part of, really full of inspiring women, having a lot of fun, a great passion for books and reading. And for me, it feels like I found my tribe, because we all have passions in similar things. We're spread all over the country, so I know a couple of organisers in Peterborough, but I have people in my team that are spread all over the country and into Ireland, Scotland. Nobody across the seas just yet, well, apart from Ireland. And you'll be added to fantastic community sites on Facebook mainly, where you can get more help and advice and ideas for how you run your business. You'll also have online training. We do virtual meetups, virtual Zoom calls. Hopefully after pandemic, we'll do things in face-to-face as well. So all of that just becomes free as part of the starter kit. When you start, you'll be interested to know that you can get free books. So in the first 6 weeks of being an organiser, you can get up to 20% off free books on every order you do. So those free books you can either keep for your family and fill your bookshelves like I have, or they can be books that you get for free but you sell for full price. Another way that you will make money will be on the commission of the books. So you will earn 26% on every single book that you sell. So £2.60 from a £10 book, for example. So it's every book, and you buy them reduced, and then you sell them at recommended retail price, and the difference is your commission. And obviously the bigger the order you get, the more books you sell, the bigger your commission will be. There's lots of incentives when you first start. We have something called the Quick Start programme, which helps new starters get off to a great start. You don't have to join in with the Quick Start. It's there for those that want it, and if you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. We have a saying in Usborne Books at Home, which is, it's your business your way, and I am not your boss. I am your mentor, if you so decide, and I am there to support and advise you, but not to tell you what to do. You are your own boss. So you set your own hours of work, you decide where you want to sell and how, and then that's the way it goes. So there's 3 different parts to the Usborne Books at Home business. One I've touched on is the selling part, and we'll talk a bit more about that later. 2 is working with schools and nurseries, and 3 is team building. So I start with selling. That's where most people start. So you have your starter kit and you want to go out, promote the books and sell to people. You can pretty much sell everywhere and anywhere. There's a couple of exceptions. We're not allowed to sell on eBay. We're not allowed to sell on Amazon. So you're not allowed to sell the books where it further encourages sales. You can sell on Facebook, you can promote books on Facebook, and of course you've got your website link that you can share with people as well. At the moment, a lot of our organisers are completely online because of the pandemic, and business is booming. People are wanting the books so much. So online selling is going really well. Once pandemic is kind of I was going to say over or lifted, or when lockdown's lifted completely, we will be able to do events again. And we're coming up to silly season, which is one of the reasons I'm doing this video. Silly season for us is people buying books for Christmas. It generally starts late August, early September, which is why I am doing this video, because it's a good time to join Usborne Books at Home. Silly season is when everybody just wants books all at the same time. I've had that quite a lot this year anyway. It's been a strange year. Pandemic year is a strange year because a lot of business is booming, like I said, for a lot of people, and I'm no different. So you can sell online, you can sell at events, so all sorts of events. Personally, I do quite a lot of Christmas fairs, so I'm hoping they go ahead this year. I do Christmas fairs at school. I go to play groups and baby groups and swimming groups and soft play centres, anywhere. You don't have to do events if you don't want to. Remember, it's your business, your way. If you don't want to do events, you can do Facebook parties, which is where we do virtual parties online, and you can promote books without leaving your living room, without leaving your sofa. Or you can do house parties like you might have heard other companies do as well, like body shop parties or Ann Summers parties or whatever else we have. We do those parties as well. And then the next part of selling is working with schools and nurseries. So this is a really big part of Peter Usborne's vision for this company. So Peter Usborne is the owner of Usborne Books. So he has Usborne Publishing under that umbrella and Usborne Books at Home, which is where we are as well. He has a really big vision of sharing all his books with as many children as possible in the UK and Europe. So we work closely with schools and nurseries to get them free books. So in the last year, I've worked with about 10, I think, different schools. Maybe not 10, maybe about 5, a little less than normal due to the pandemic and schools being closed. It involves us working with schools and getting them free books and highly discounted books as well. And it's really a part of my job that I really, really, really enjoy. And then the third part of the business is the team build. So if it's something you get into and you really enjoy, you like the business, you like the process, you like how it all works, and you want to build your own team from day one, you are perfectly fine to do that. We are licensed under Direct Selling Association, so there are some rules of things that we can and can't do. But in terms of you building your own team and you wanting to share that experience for with other people, yes, you can go for that from day one. It was always something I didn't really think about until about 4 or 5 months in. But when I realised I was had got the Usborne bug, shouldn't say that too much with viruses, but I had the Usborne bug and I wanted to share that with others. And I find this job is so much more fun with a team. I have a team of about 40 wonderfully inspiring women from all different walks of life. Some have jobs, some don't. Some have children, some don't. Some have babies, some have teenagers. But it's fantastic to share this journey with them and to work as a team, to work out what works for us and what doesn't. So I can encourage you to do team building if that's something you are interested in. Let me go over to my next page. So when you start, you do a Facebook page or whatever social media you want to start on. For me, I started on Facebook and I see that as my shop front, and then I sell books at events, and then in the background I'm mentoring other people to build their own businesses as well, using my own experience from the last 3.5 years. And that's Usborne Books at Home in a nutshell, really. I love the books, like you can tell, and I love reading. This is my latest book I'm reading at the moment. It's going to be backwards, but it's one of the titles that I'm reading at the moment. And yeah, that's my job. It's my job to read this book. I hope I've answered some of your questions that you might have had about Usborne Books at Home, and I look forward to hearing from you and any further questions you might have.